Oh, oh, oh. 1, 2. Alright. Seems like everything's good. Severe weather terminology. Oh boy. There sure is a lot to still cover. Okay, I finally updated it. Alrighty. So, let me reminisce. We're talking about types of forms, abbreviations, a lot of abbreviated terms for natural disasters, like the weather, yada 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 yada, temperature. Yep. Alright. Yep. Tropical, other than non. Yeah. Alright. We've gone through all here until I just finished up reading the legends under the table, and then now we're on to hazardous weather risks. Alrighty, let's see how much there is. Alright, for this first paragraph, I might as well start with hazardous weather risks. The various weather conditions described above have different levels of risk. The National Weather Service uses a multi-tier system of weather statements to notify the public of threatening weather conditions. These statements are used in conjunction with specific weather phenomena to convey different levels of risk. In order of increasing risk, these statements are: Outlook. A hazardous weather outlook is issued daily to indicate that a hazardous weather or hydrological event may occur in the next 7 days. Each segment of the product will contain sections outlining hazardous weather in the short term through day 1 and long term for days 2 through 7. The spotter information. The outlook will include information about potential severe thunderstorms, heavy rain or flooding, winter weather, extremes of heat or cold, etc., that may develop over the next 7 days, with an emphasis on the first 24 hours of the forecast. It is intended to provide information to those who need considerable lead time to prepare for the event, such as emergency management agencies, sky-warned spotters, and media outlets. If issued for a coastal area, the outlook will contain 2 segments, one for the marine zones and adjacent land-based, i.e. coastal zones, another for the remainder of the land-based zones. Advisory. An advisory is issued when a hazardous weather or hydrological event is occurring, imminent, or likely. Advisories are for less serious conditions than warning that may cause insignificant inconvenience, and if caution and is not exercised, could lead to situations that may threaten life or property. The National Weather Service may activate weather spotters in areas affected by advisories to help them better track and analyze the event. Huh. For a second, I forgot that I was actually doing a voice and just switched. Oh well. I'll keep that in the back of my head. Emergency. An emergency is issued when an event that is itself cannot pose a threat to life or property, but may indirectly cause other events to happen that may pose a threat to life or property. An example of this would be an outage, which, although not directly posing a hazard, may threaten public safety and critical services. The only existing exceptions to this are the tornado emergency and flash flood emergency, which are issued to get attention of the public to a major tornado or flash flood. Watch. A watch is used when the risk of hazardous weather or hydrological event has increased significantly, but its occurrence, location, or timing is still uncertain. It is intended to provide enough lead time to So those who need to set their plans in motion, can do so. A watch means that hazardous weather is possible. People should have a plan of action in case a storm threatens, as they should listen for later information and possible warnings, especially when planning travel or outdoor activities. The National Weather Service may activate, my bad, weather spotters in areas affected by watches to help them better track and analyze the event. Oh no. Warning. A warning is issued when a hazardous weather or hydrological event is occurring, imminent, or likely. A warning means weather conditions pose a threat to life or property. People in the path of the storm need to take protective action. The National Weather Service may activate weather spotters in areas affected by warnings to help them better track and analyze the event. Statement. A statement is either issued as a following message to a warning, watch, or emergency. This may update, extend, or cancel the message if it is following or in notification of significant weather for which no type of advisory, watch, or warning exists. Alrighty. I gotta get back to my voice. Convective outlook categories. The storm prediction areas of. The Storm Prediction Center, SPC, issues Day 1, Day 2, and Day 3 convective outlooks depicting forecast areas of general, non-severe, and severe thunderstorms threats across the contiguous United States, along with a text narrative discussion consisting of a plain language summary of the threat types and timing focus on areas of highest risks. A typical discussion written in scientific language that usually includes is synoptic. 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 Overview of convective patterns, as well as, if necessary, geographic closest specific narrative, meteorological reasoning, and justification for the type of coverage and intensity applicable to the severe thunderstorm threat. Alright. Oh, okay. Might as well finish this. The categorical forecast in the day 1 through 3 convective outlooks, which estimates a severe weather event occurring within 25 miles, 40 kilometers of a point, and derives the attendant risk areas from probability of forecast of tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail on days 1 and 2, and a combined severe weather risk on day 3. Specifies the level of overall severe thunderstorm risk via numbers, descriptive labeling, and colors as follows. The day 4 through 8 convective outlook assesses the percentile probability of severe thunderstorms activity during the period at the 50% and 30% likelihood. Alrighty, we're back to. That's interesting. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. We have to talk about. Oh, okay. Oh, that seems like a natural twang voice I used. I think I could practice it now. Convective thunderstorm risks. Categories, my bad. Risk category. Map code. Descriptive. General or non-severe thunderstorms. TSTM. That leads to the right of a lane where 10% or greater probability of thunderstorms is forecasted during the valid period. Marginal, 1 MRGL, an area of severe storms of either limited organizations and longevity or very low coverage and marginal intensity. slight, 2SLGT, T, 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 T. That's interesting. An area of organized severe storms which is not widespread in coverage with varying levels of intensity, enhanced 3E and H. An area of greater relative to slight risk severe storm coverage with varying levels of intensity. Moderate, 4MDT. Tornadoes and or numerous severe thunderstorms is likely, some of which should be intense. The risk is usually reserved for days with several supercells producing intense tornadoes and or very large hail, or an intense squall line with widespread damaging winds. High, 5 high. An area where a severe weather outbreak is expected from either numerous intense and long-track tornadoes or a long-lived derecho producing thunderstorm complex that produces hurricane-force winds, gusts, and widespread damage. The risk is reserved for when high confidence exists in widespread coverage of severe weather with embedded instances of extreme severe, i.e. violent tornadoes or very damaging convective wind events. Wow. Alright, maybe as well do my nasal voice. Warning impact statements. Many of the National Weather Services survey. Okay, I'm gonna practice on my voice control. Service. Warning impact statements. Many of the National Weather Service's weather forecast offices, primarily those located within central or southern regions headquarters, use a multi-tier impact-based warning (IBW) system of impact statements to notify the public and emergency management officials of the severity of specific severe weather phenomenon. Wow. Oh, shoot. Oh, the voice can actually be covered. Yeah, maybe that's my nasal voice. Or flamboyant noise. I go with flamboyant because I feel there's something that it could be probably challenging, but it has to do with these tones, because what does it mean saying this is more comfortable. So is the twang voice, but because I spend the whole time just like speaking like an old man. But yeah, it's just learning tones and stuff. But no, that's the thing with practice, especially with just reading. You get better at reading. Alrighty. The impact statement system, initially used only for tornado and severe thunderstorm warnings, was first employed by the WFOs in Wichita and Topeka, Kansas, and Springfield, St. Louis, and Kansas City, Pleasant Hill, Missouri, beginning with 2012's spring severe weather season, eventually expanded to include 33 additional National Weather Service weather forecast offices within the Central Region headquarters in 2013, and then to 8 additional offices within the Eastern, Southern, and Western regions in the spring of 2014. Effective on or around April 28, 2021, the NWS will incorporate damage threat categories similar to those used for tornado warnings, since the implementation of the impact-based warning systems applying to higher and severe thunderstorms containing destructive hail size and or wind speeds as considerable or destructive at the bottom of the text products for severe thunderstorm warnings and related specific weather statements. Under this system, under the system. Under the system. Okay. Under the system, this warning product will include text denoting a specific hazard, i.e. 60 miles per hour, wind gusts, and quarter-size hail, and applicable sourcing either via indication from Doppler weather radar or visual confirmation from storm spotters or other emergency management officials, and the level of impact to life and/or property in order of increasing risk of warning type. These statements, which may be modified at the discretion of the Regional Forecast Office, are... Now you have all of this. Tornado warning, tornado impact attribute, impact statement, and sentence order where applicable, applicable, or applicable. Loud spout, weak tornado. Yeah, expect damage to multiple homes, roofs. Yes. Alternative wording, expect damage to model homes. Yeah, turn over. Then base, default, flying debris from dangerous mobile moles will be damaged or destroyed. Then considerable, you're in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly cause. Yeah, a company wording, PTS tornado warning or a tornado emergency. No, this is catastrophic. A company is wording for a PDS tornado warning or a tornado emergency. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be dangerous. Of those caught without shelter, mobile homes will be destroyed. Now you have severe thunderstorm warnings. So these are the titles and these are the effects. Thunderstorm attribute. Impact statements in order. Sentence where applicable. Wind 60 miles per hour. Expect damage for roofs, sliding, and trees. Alternative warning, trees and power line damage is likely. Wind 70 miles per hour to be classified as considerable. Expect considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Now you have wind. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Extensive tree damage, power, and outages are likely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alternative wording. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will likely be heavily damaged. So yeah, alternative wording will just be simple Joe lingual. So pretty much average. People speak. So everybody can know. Not really any special jargon. But yeah. You have winds 90 miles per hour to be classified as destructive. A company wording for a PDS severe thunderstorm warning. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged or destroyed. Alternative wording. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Yeah. Winds 100 miles per hour plus. Yes. Destructive. Yes. All this. Extensive tree damage and power and outages. Hail up to 1.25 inches damage to vehicles to expect. Hail 1.50 to 2050. Yeah, hail 2.75. Both are people and animals outdoors will be severely injured. Yep, people and animals are likely to be injured. Expect damage to roofs, sliding, screen enclosures, winds, and vehicles. Yep. Expect shattered winds, extensive damage to roofs, siding, and vehicles. Those are warnings. Severe injuries are likely. Expect shattered. Yeah, shattered instead of just. Wait, this is. Okay, whatever. Oh man, media distribution. Oh yeah. Hazardous weather forecasts and alerts are provided to the public using the NOAA weather radio all hazard system and through new news media such as television, radio, and internet sources. Many local television stations have overlay graphics which will either show a map or a list of the affected areas. The most common NWS weather alerts to the broadcast or NOAA weather radio using same all caps technology are described in the following table. Alright, what is SAME? SAME, specific area message encoding. SAME is a protocol used for framing and classification of broadcast emergency warning messages. It was developed by the United States National Weather Service for use on its NOAA Weather Radio NWR network and was later adopted by the Federal Communication Commission. Alrighty. Common NWS weather alerts. Event name, code, description. Tornado watch, tornado warning, severe thunderstorm watch, severe thunderstorm warning, severe weather statements, special marine warning, flood watch, flood warning, flash flood watch, flash flood warning, blizzard watch, blizzard warning, tropical storm watch, tropical storm warning, hurricane watch, and hurricane warning. These are all those ones listed. And here's the abbreviations or codes. It looks like that's another thing you could just say. What's the code of tornado watch? So, but this also explains why it's not properly abbreviated. This is supposed to be TW if it was abbreviated with the first letters in each word, but no, it's just TOA, which could be tornado announcement or alert. But who knows? Also known as the red box, conditions are favorable for the development of severe thunderstorms producing tornadoes in or close to the watch area. Watches are usually in effect for severe several hours, within 6 hours being the most common. Also automatically indicates a severe thunderstorm watch. Yeah, I'm losing concentration right now. Let me concentrate on something. 20 seconds. Well, at least that was that. Yeah, tornado warning. Tornado is indicated by radar or sighted by storm spotters. The warning will include where the tornado is and what location it will be in the path. In its path, also automatically indicates a severe thunderstorm warning. Yep. Issued when the forecast wants to follow up a warning with important information on the progress of severe weather elements. Yep. Flood watch issued as either a flood watch or a river flood watching, indicates that flooding is possible in and close to the watch area. Blizzard watch announcement in specific areas that blizzard conditions are possible. Yeah, we got that. Pretty much the basics of what I read, and others can listen somewhat. What each warning, watch, alert, whatever is supposed to say. Now we're on to weather-related weather scales as defined by the NWS. The NWS uses several scales in describing weather events or conditions. Several common scales are described below. Hail diameter sizes. The size of the individual hailstones that reach each surface level is determined by speed of the updraft, which create the individual ice crystals at the atmospheric levels. Larger hailstones are capable of producing damage to property, in particular with very large hailstones resulting in serious injury or death due to blunt force trauma induced by the impact of the hailstones. Hailstone size and is typically corresponding to the size of the object to a comparative purpose. Hailstone size. So these are all the sizes. Take time to read it. Oh yeah, I might as well close my eyes and just talk. Just like this, in this menacing pose. At least it wasn't that. It's interesting compared to gymnastics, but with that, I was more like just disappointed on what I read up and how it was just more competition rule based. There, I expected it to just be pretty dry information that tends to just be not that stimulating in words. You're just repeating things because it's just informative. It just reports what each is, and that's it. It's like reading a manual. Yep. Manual. Alright. So these are all the sizes of hailstones from P to softball. So P2 is softball. Yeah. You can't even see the pictures here. Softball's woman apparently. But yeah, this is peas, penny, quarter, yeah, $50, walnut. Yeah, then you have golf. Walnut look pretty big though. Then, hen eggs. Oh, an egg is an organic vessel containing the zygote in which an embryo develops until it can survive on its own. Yep, it's all that liquidy, fluidy egg yolky. Yeah, you have tennis ball. Then you have baseball. Teacup. Whoa. Grapefruit. And softball. Yeah, softball is on her right hand. But yeah, it has the measurements, updraft speed and updraft speed, but miles per hour versus miles per second, or inches versus centimeters. Oh, I actually learned this. Okay. So 25 is just 6, 75 is 1.9, 2 is 2. 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters. 150 is 3.8. Okay. 2.50 is 6.4. 2 is 5.1. 3 is 7.6. And 4 is 10 or 1. 4.50 is just 11.4. Okay. Well, you know. Begins hail sizes within the severe hail criterion. Begins hail sizes with the storm prediction center's significant severe criterion. Now we have Beaufort wind scale. Beaufort scale. The Beaufort scale is empirical measures that correlates wind speeds to observed conditions at sea or on land. Well, let's see how much I have covered left. What I could. Oh shoot! Yeah. All right. Let's do this. I'll finish this today. Yeah. Wind category, B number, wind speed, conditions, if I was a 4, 6, yep. Large branches in motion, whistling is telephone wires, advisory force, gale force, storm force, hurricane force, major hurricane, force, extreme wind. Beaufort levels above 12 are non-standard in the United States. Instead, the Stafford-Simpson Hurricane Scale Category 1, Category 2, etc. is used. 1 to 2. Yeah, okay, it actually does take some time to morph my speech. Alrighty. Enhanced Fujita tornado intensity scale. The enhanced Fujita scale is an updated version of the original scale that was developed, and thus Ted Fujita and Alan Pierce assigns a numerical rating from EF0 to EF5 to rate the damage intensity of tornadoes. EF0 and EF1 tornadoes are considered weak tornadoes. EF2 and EF3 are classified as strong tornadoes with speeds of at least major hurricane force, where EF4 and EF5 are categorized as violent tornadoes with winds corresponding to Category 5 hurricane winds and rising to match and exceed the strongest tropical cyclones on record. The EF scale is based on tornado damage, primarily on buildings, which make it difficult to rate tornadoes and strike to sparsely populated areas where few man-made structures are found. The enhanced Fujita scale went into effect on February 1, 2007. Now you have EF number when comparable hurricane winds, damage examples, yes, EFU, NA, and no severe damage intensity cannot be determined due to lack of information. Wow, that's creepy. There's not much information, but yeah, that's weather. EF 60 to 85 miles per hour, 86 to 110, 185, 136 to 165, 166 to 220 plus. You have all this, category 1, category 2, showing all the dates. the states and stuff, and how much damage they can go. We got that covered. Now, Stanford Simpson Hurricane Category Scale. The Stanford Simpson Hurricane Wind Scale assigns a numerical classification of hurricanes into 5 categories distinguished by the intensity of their sustained winds. The scale spans from Category 1 and winds of at least 74 miles per hour, 119 kilometers by hour, to Category 5 exceeding 156 miles per hour to 51 kilometers by an hour. Unlike the enhanced Fujita scale, which assigns ratings for tornadoes after damage has been incurred and thoroughly assessed, categories on the Stanford Simpson scale are assigned to most active cyclones that reach the minimum hurricane threshold even before landfall. Yeah, category 1, 2, 3, yeah, along with sustained winds, storm surge, central pressure, potential damage, and examples. Ooh, wait, just like the same, it shows the effects, shows the states, places, the speeds, all that, but with images. Now we have all that. Well, I realized that I'm going to be finishing, and, till Wednesday, pretty much. Take care.